Boom shakalaka, what will 2,000 Stellar coins be worth in 2025? And more importantly, how many XLM do you need to be a millionaire? Stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we are taking a look at how much 2,000 Stellar coins will be worth in 2025 and how many XLM you need to be a millionaire. Before we get into it, like the video, join us on Twitter through Crypto Love, and of course, subscribe to the OG Bitcoin and Crypto YouTube channel, making daily videos since 2017 when Stellar was 1 cent. Now, why are we making this video today? Aside from Stellar pumping, well, we take a look at altcoins right now, historic signals on the books. The parabolic SAR of Bitcoin market dominance has just tagged the parabolic SAR for the first time in 20 months. The last time this happened was the beginning of alt season. So we were very likely on the beginning of a very, very big alt season happening. We can see it right now breaking this trend line. Also the cross here on the MACD, 3-week bearish cross. Both of these things suggesting alt season is coming, but there's more signals. If we take a look at alt season index, finally with this inverse head and shoulders has broken through the neckline through 3 years of consolidation headed towards alt season away from Bitcoin season. And we haven't seen a setup like this in 8 years, echoing very nicely what we saw back here in 2016 before we had an absolutely massive alt season. So a lot of things are suggesting we're going to have a big one. As a matter of fact, this fractal right here is suggesting we might have something twice as big as what we saw back in 2017. Now, you can see this fractal. Price gets hammered down, consolidates, breaks above previous all-time highs, a little bit more consolidation, and then just breaks through into alt season. Well, that's exactly where we are right now. But this takes 2 cycles, whereas this one only took 1 cycle, which would lead me to believe that this alt season we're about to have might be twice as big as what we've seen previously. I like to call this expanding cycles theory. And in case this is your first alt season, remember, things first go into Bitcoin, flows for about 3 to 4 weeks, which we've already had recently. Then goes Ethereum and large caps, Stellar, and then we see the full-blown alt season. So it might be time for some of these large caps to outperform Bitcoin and go parabolic. Now, if we take a look at Stellar, right now Stellar DeFi is blowing up just recently. We also have U.S. Congress hosting a hearing on the future of finance with Stellar and Anchorage Digital CEOs discussing blockchain role in shaping finance. And you can see how Stellar fits into the whole central bank digital currency narrative, definitely positioning where something big could happen. Now, this chart right here might blow your mind, might just be nonsense. But if we take a look at I believe these are 6-month candles right here, you can see we've broken out of this wedge, and the measured price target based on this would be something absolutely ridiculous. I'm not even going to say that price for Stellar right now, but you can clearly see that right there. No way, unless it actually happens, like if this became central bank digital currency, I would say it's positioned to do that. Also, don't forget, we've known this since 2019. Stellar is an oscillator. Willy Woo said this a long time ago. He's talking about oscillators and degenerators. Most coins, the price just goes down, like this chart right here, degenerator. Well, there are a few oscillators he picks out, Litecoin, Stellar, and Doge. And we all know that Doge definitely does. Stellar does as well. Litecoin does as well. So that brings us to Stellar today. Right now, 46 cents. You can see it has pumped dramatically. It was sitting around 9 cents just a month ago. Has pumped dramatically. The last couple times this happened, it did pump higher, 67 cents and also a high of 93 cents. So we have not yet hit the highest that has ever hit. There could potentially be more room to go. Right now, market cap $23.3 billion. So where does that lead us? Well, it leads us to this chart of mathematics and fun stuff like that. Now, if you were lucky enough to watch my channel back in 2017, when I started making videos every day, long time ago, there's a lot of days between then and now. But back then, Stellar was at 1 cent. Way back here, 1 cent. My goodness. Well, had you have bought back then and then waited a year to the peak before alt season in September, After alt season, January 2018, 4 months later, holy freaking, oh no, a year? No, exactly, 4 months later. Yeah, well, had you have done that, you would have 93x'd your investment. Why didn't you do that? What's wrong with you? Could you believe that? If you would have put in $10,752 into Stellar back in September of 2017 and then sold in January 2018, you would have been a millionaire. How could you not have seen that coming? Well, a lot of people didn't. I didn't. You maybe didn't. Who knows? I'm guessing if you're watching these videos, you definitely didn't. But let's say you watch this video today and you're like, that Randall guy, he's ruggedly handsome. I like his sense of humor. You know, he makes videos every day and clearly that's worth something. Well, if you do that and then you have $1,000 burning a hole in your pocket and you say, you know what, I'm just going to plop down $1,000 on red today, that is Stellar. Well, you would get roughly 2,000 XLM, which is $920 at today's price of 46 cents. Now, let's just say that Stellar goes back to its previous all-time high price, 93 cents. If it just did that, and that would be a pretty piss-poor alt season, well, you would 2x that $1,000, making you $1,860 with a 93 cent Stellar and a $47 billion market cap. But I would say, like I said, that's a pretty piss-poor performance. And if there's a whole bunch of, it's not onomatopoeia, but you can let me know down in the comments what's that called when you have a whole bunch of letters in a row. Now, let's say, you know, there's another coin that's very similar to Stellar. As a matter of fact, I think Stellar was a fork of it. Maybe. Let me know down in the comments. I'm pretty sure it was. Jed McCaleb was also part of this project back in the day. Can anyone guess the project? I'll give you a second to write it down in the comments. Yeah, it's called XRP. Now, XRP, highest market cap as of yet, $130 billion. If Stellar does as well as XRP does, which I would think is pretty reasonable this alt season, why wouldn't it? Well, if that happened, you would 5x that $920, making you $5,095 with a $2.54 Stellar. I think so far both of these scenarios are pretty reasonable. But now we're going to get into a little bit speculative territory. Now, one of these charts, I don't remember exactly which one, this one right here, expanding cycles theory. I think this fractal looks a lot like this one. This one's a lot bigger, and things are going to get a lot bigger. Now, last cycle, Ethereum had a market cap of $559 billion. My theory could be wrong. I'm waiting for it. We'll know in probably a year or so if I'm wrong, but I think a lot of coins will have a market cap this alt season what Ethereum had last alt season. I think is quite possible. Now, if Stellar was one of those, it's already a large cap. It's quite possible that this would happen. Well, you would 23x that $920, making you $21,911 with an $11 Stellar. Holy cow. Not even outside the realm of possibility. But since you did bring up the realm of possibility, let's go there. You know, as of right now, Bitcoin just recently had a $2 trillion market cap. It's the only coin as of yet to have broken the $1 trillion mark. No altcoin has of yet broken the $1 trillion mark. We don't have a $1 trillion market cap altcoin yet. But this could be one of those things like the 4-minute mile. I mean, people thought it was impossible, physically impossible for humans to break a 4-minute mile. And then one dude does it, and the next year, the same year, like 20 other people do it. All of a sudden, it happens. I think we'll see the same thing with altcoins. $1 trillion doesn't happen, and then 1 year, potentially this coming year, things just pop off. We have a whole bunch of $1 trillion market cap altcoins. Now, if that were to happen, guess what? You would 42x that $920, making you $39,197 with a $20 XLM. Which brings us to our last scenario. Last scenario, very much a long shot on the edge of all reality, but hey, it's possible. I've seen crazier things in life. I mean, who knows? But people are speculating we're going to have a total crypto market cap of $10 trillion this cycle. Next cycle could be more than that. This cycle could be more than that. This cycle could be a lot less than that. But if we had a $10 trillion market cap, we don't exactly know how much, altcoins will have. But we do know historically, taking a look at Bitcoin dominance, the highest altcoin dominance ever was Ethereum back in 2017 with a 32% altcoin dominance. Now, if we take 10 trillion, multiply by 32%, I'll give you a second to figure that out and write the number down in the comments. Well, that is $3.2 trillion. Pat yourself on the back if you figured that one out from like third grade math. Well, if you did, guess what? 136x. Stellar would 136x with $3.2 trillion market cap. Again, big long shot, but big potential returns. $920 turns into $125,431 with a 63-cent Stellar. This is something that, hey, you know, if it does become the coin of the future of finance, of the central bank digital currency, if this thing plays out, I mean, this is predicting 107, 120-ish. What was this? 63? It's on the way. I mean, the very bottom there, that was 72 potentially. What does this say? 58. Actually, 60. Holy cow. Is that identical? That is pretty much identical. If that scenario happened, and then you watch this video and that happened, and you put $920 in and you made $125,000, you would definitely love me long time. Now, if that scenario played out and Stellar had a market cap of $3.2 trillion, guess what? A mere $7,352 put into XLM today would make you a millionaire in that scenario, which is roughly like 16,000 XLM. So that's all for this episode. If you enjoy it, like the video, join us on Twitter at @CryptoLove. Also, you'll notice right over there, there's a playlist with a bunch more videos like this. So check it out. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. I love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.
From now on, if you don't own Bitcoin, you're a moron.